All right, next we're going to go back and revisit our favorite of all-time functions, the VLOOKUP, and see how match fits into this. And let's just review, like we do this all the time out in business as we're analyzing stuff, right? We need to, let's go ahead and zoom in on this, right? We need to find who has this user ID, what is their last name, first name, email, and phone, and we'll do that from this information list right down in here, from this information table. How are we going to do that? Well, we're just going to do it with a VLOOKUP. Right? We've all had tons of practice with this. We know how to do this. I'm going to have this look up the last, then the first, and the email, and the phone. I'm planning on copying this over, so I need to use absolute references. I'm going to go, hey, look up that ID number, F4 to lock that down, comma. Where am I going to look it up in? Oh, in this table over here. Do I ever want that to move? Heck no, F4, lock that down. What column am I after? Well, last. Last is 1, 2. It's the second column over is what I'm looking after there. 2. And then this is an exact match because this number only appears in here one time, and that's what I'm after. I'll close that up, Control Enter, and there we go. It looked up the last name. I'll copy this over, but I won't be done because when I copy this over, of course, I will get the exact same thing because this is looking up column 2 for last, and this is looking up column 2 also, column 2, and so on, right? So we need to change that. So what I do is first is the third column, email is the fourth, and phone is the fifth. So all I'd have to do is just come in and edit this like this, tab, come in here, edit this one to 4, tab, and this one to 5, tab. And that's exactly how a lot of people build out their models when they're filling stuff out and they use the VLOOKUP and come across. And that's a pretty fast way to do it, but we can do better. And here, this next example is the way that, that a lot of folks will build out models if they need to do the same thing and they're able to use what's called a helper row, right? We've just got 2, 3, 4, 5 written up here, and we'll reference those instead of the numbers, right? So we'll just go through here. But once again, we'll go equals VLOOKUP, write this again, say, hey, go look up this, lock that down, don't ever let that change. Use this lookup table here and lock that down. Would never want that to move. Now, instead of writing the number 2 in there, what if I just reference this cell and say, hey, always look just 2 cells above where my formula is, and that's where you'll find the column index number, right? I'll leave that one relative because I want that to become 2 to 3 to 4 to 5 as I move to the right, comma, an exact match still. Close this up. And look at that, it's working, and if I copy this over, that's going to work out. And that's how a lot of folks do this, but you can't always do that in the middle of a model when you've got a big spreadsheet filled out. You can't always be putting the numbers above there like that. So in our next video, we're going to look at a trick to start using the match function, and that's going to replace our need for this 2, 3, 4, 5. And so yeah, that's what we'll play with next.